Hello, life hackers. I have the great pleasure of interviewing Mel Robbins today. Mel is an expert on leadership and defeating doubt. She's an award-winning CNN commentator, a best-selling author, and truly a motivational powerhouse. Her best-selling book, The 5-Second Rule, is full of incredible tools, insights, and real-world advice. So Mel, what is the 5-second rule and how does it help us stop sabotaging ourselves every day?
Great. So what it is it's a form of metacognition. That's a fancy word that means you can actually out-trick your own brain in furtherance of your higher goals. How do you use it? It's a tool. It's a tool that will turn off the part of your brain that sabotages you, that doubts you, that makes you afraid, and it activates the part of your brain where courage and focus and productivity and confidence live. But here's how it works. The moment you feel yourself hesitate, and it could be on anything. It could be you start hesitating on getting to the gym. You hesitate on speaking up. You know that you need to be productive and get to work on that important project, but you hesitate and you start scrolling through Facebook a little bit more. The second that you realize you're hesitating, start counting backwards. Don't do it out loud because you'll scare people. Just count backwards silently to yourself. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It sounds so stupid. But if you count backwards, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, you're actually doing something very profound and life-changing. Number one, you're interrupting all the self-sabotaging habits that you have. Procrastination, self-doubt, hesitating, overthinking, all those patterns that you engage in, they're keeping you stuck. They're keeping you unproductive. So the moment you start counting backwards, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, you just interrupted a pattern that's stored right here in this brain. You interrupted self-doubt. When you hit 1, it's a prompt to move. Counting backwards requires focus. So what we're also doing is we're moving you from the part of the brain that distracts you and awakening the prefrontal cortex, which is the part of the brain that is active in functional MRIs when you're changing your behavior. So how do you use it? Let's say that you're a big procrastinator. If you're a procrastinator, you know what you need to be working on.
Right.
You just don't. And then you get frustrated with yourself. The only way, based on research, to end procrastination is the moment you catch yourself doing it, be like, oh my God, there I go. I'm about to procrastinate. Go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Activate this part of the brain, then work for 5 minutes. That's it. At the end of 5 minutes, watch all the cat videos you want. But what we know, based on research, is if you get started, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, work for 5 minutes, 83% of you will keep working. It's the getting started part that's so hard. And the reason why it's hard is not because you're not capable. It's because your mind is in a different mode. To get started, you got to awaken this part. So I invented by mistake a genius mind hack that will help you be more productive, that will interrupt every single habit that you have and help you replace it with new ones, and will make you more confident because it will allow you to do things that normally you think about. And as you see yourself doing things instead of thinking about them, you build confidence. You see yourself changing, and that is the name of the game. Right now, you let your feelings decide whether or not you exercise. If you feel tired, you don't do it. If you feel afraid of the phone call, you don't make it. If you feel nervous about talking to your boss, you don't say it. If you feel like you're in trouble with a friend, you don't text back. Your feelings dictate the decisions you make. I want to put your dreams in charge of your decisions. So you can't control how you might feel. There are still moments where I feel overwhelmed. There are moments where I feel afraid. There are moments where I don't know the answer. But the difference with the 5-second rule is the second I catch the feelings rising up, I go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then I act consistently with my values and with the things that I want to make happen. So you can't control how you feel, but you can always control what you do and what you say and what you think. That is your power, guys. So you can't necessarily control that your boss is irritating, but you can control how you react to it.
Right.
You can't necessarily control if your body feels tired today, but you can control whether you continue to push yourself to go out for that walk anyway.
And I think a lot of people actually, myself included, sometimes can fall into that trap of feeling like my email's got to be at 0, like all my notifications have to be taken care of. And that's really not what's going to move the ball forward. And like, I like to say, actually, my email is just a list of other people's priorities waiting to happen. It's really so important just to be focused on what moves the ball forward to you, which are the things that no one else is telling you to do.
Correct, which is why they're so hard to get done. Now, there's another reason why it's really important to try. So the interesting thing about the 5-second rule is that when you first start using it, you're going to use it to push yourself to get things done. And so you're going to have your first experience with it will be that you're going to realize how much time you waste and you're going to become way more productive. Over time, what happens is you are building the skill of confidence, because most people think that confidence is a personality trait, that you're just born that way. Confidence is actually a skill. And I define confidence as the willingness to try, the willingness to say something, the willingness to start, the willingness to take action. It's the willingness to try. And why do we focus on the willingness to try? Well, because what we know about confidence is that your confidence grows as your, what we call competency in a subject matter grows. So the more you study something, the more you practice something, the more confident you'll become. It's obvious, right?
Bringing it back to productivity for a second, you talk a lot about owning your mornings as such a great way to start using the tool and start getting more productive. Why is owning your mornings so important?
If you want to be productive, number one, I want you to leverage neuroscience and actually do your best planning and thinking when your brain is at its best. And I want you to utilize that time for yourself. And number two, I want you to put your priorities first and try to make a little progress or plan when you're going to before you let the rest of the world in. So what does that mean exactly? I want you tomorrow to put your phone in the closet or the bathroom, leave the ringer on in case there's an emergency, and then go to sleep. When you get up, if you use your phone for the alarm clock, turn it off, but do not look at the internet. Do not check your mail. Do not look at your texts. Don't do it. There is nothing in those emails or texts or on the internet that is going to help your dreams. Nothing. In fact, the moment that you open that up, you now activate a different part of your brain that is going to get hijacked. You've already lost. You've already lost. You have just let the flood of the world come in and pollute your mind. Why would you do that? Why? Don't you deserve 30 minutes before all these idiots get your attention? I hope so.
I love that.
If you don't fight for those 30 minutes, how the hell do you expect your business to grow? How do you expect to get anything done? The first 2 hours that you're awake are the best 2 hours for your brain from a productivity standpoint. The first 2 hours that you're awake, best 2 hours of the day for your brain from a productivity standpoint. I want you to use them for you.
I absolutely love that. And mornings, what I'm taking away from this is get on the offense and hold on to that offensive posture as long as you can before maybe your day forces you back onto defense. So that way you're winning. You're starting to win against the tidal wave of stuff just coming at you from every direction.